This is DIY and depression. Emphasis on the depression. My last video took me some extra time to do because I did a version and then realized I was avoiding all of the things that I was actually feeling and talking about the things that I was thinking. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I was thinking to avoid feeling. And I think I mentioned as things are kind of getting back to normal around me, I really don't know how I feel about that. Or rather, I know I don't feel good about it. But it's hard to say why I don't feel good about it. And it's probably not just one thing. It's likely a mix of things. At least part of it being, like I said, just a resistance to change, whatever the change is. Part of it being a resistance to things being different than how I want them, which is attachment. And I think there's an unexamined part that I kind of shoved to the side because I don't know what to do about it. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know if I'm just extremely introverted, or if I'm on the spectrum, or both, or if it even matters. Because of the long break of quarantine, right now it's pointedly obvious that the kind of work I'm doing outside of the house is overwhelming. For me, when I'm there, to be able to do the job, I have to wear a certain persona. The job requires extroverted action, outgoingness. The job is explicitly interactive, welcoming, engaging, serving, being attentive, being present. And looking back to even before quarantine, there is an obvious pattern where 2 days in a row of that leads to me being completely dysfunctional on the third day. And not physically tired at all, but mentally and emotionally exhausted. Honestly, kind of like a toddler that missed their snack and their nap. I know that's not a good look for me, but I gotta be honest. And I don't know what to do about that. I have this information and I don't know what to do with it. So, that's where I'm at. Being able to identify the problem get you halfway there, at least. So, what it boils down to is there are elements in my life put into place to support the other parts of my life which they do, but they're also interfering with me doing those things to an equal or greater extent. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is find a way to modify the supportive things, or even change the supportive things so that they're actually supportive. Because giving up on the other isn't an option. And that's true across the board for depression. Depression interferes with, gets in the way, prevents us from doing the things that make living worth living. And it comes down to two options. One option, what it boils down to, is not living. And that's just not an option. Been there, done that. Didn't actually help anything. So the other option is to figure out what I need to change, what I need to cut out, what I need to replace, so that I can be here and do the things I'm here to do. Here's the other thing I've learned. There's always a solution. There's not always a best solution. There is not always a solution I particularly like. There is not always the solution that I would prefer. There's almost never the solution I would prefer. But there's always a solution. There's always a solution that means moving forward. There is always a way to keep moving forward. It can be frustrating when the way forward is just tiny baby steps. But since the other option is no steps at all, since the other option is stopping, no. Just no. The other thing is that I can't always come up with a solution on my own. Sometimes I need help finding the solution. Sometimes I can't find any solution on my own. Sometimes I can find solutions, but I know with help I could find better solutions. So let me throw it out there. I know there's a lot of people who have been in the exact same position I'm in. We know where we want to go. We're committed to going there. But some of the things that we have in place are holding us back. So if you came up with a good solution for you in that situation, I would love to hear it. It'd be a big help. Probably other people would like to hear it too. But definitely I would. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, stay well, take care.